If you have to pick up the phone to ask someone what they think about a picture that you posted on Instagram, like, I'm sorry, what? You are even looking for everyone to have an opinion about what you wore to your friend's birthday party. Like, girl, what? Why do you need this? What is going on? If you do any of these things, if you are constantly afraid of rejection, if you are constantly afraid that somebody is not going to like something that you did, and you feel like you need approval from someone else to do something that you want to do but you're scared to do because you don't know if it's going to be okay, if everyone's going to like you afterwards, who cares? Who cares? These things bother you, then you are relying on others to say that they know you more than you know yourself. You're saying that what they think about you is more important than what you think about you. And you are letting other people dictate your entire life. And that is no way to live. So if you constantly look for other people to tell you what you want to hear, and if you constantly look for other people's validation and you never consider your own, and you never look at your own opinions, you never validate what you want to do, what you want to wear, what you want to eat, how you want to dress, how you want to do your hair, how you want to get your eyelashes done, how you want to do your nails. If you never look inward, you never have a safe place, and you never have a home to come back to at the end of the day. You will always be unfulfilled and always be unhappy chasing validation from other people. I used to be someone that would always want validation from everyone when it came down to the clothes I would wear, to the way I would talk, to the way I would present myself, everything. I always wanted validation. I never ended up being happy with any validation that I got from anyone. The reason why people seek validation can be for a lot of different reasons. You need to do a lot of inner work to see what the root of this is, why this is even an issue, because it could stem all the way back to your childhood, because a lot of people, they seek validation from others, including like friends, men, their peers, just because they didn't get enough when they were a child. So that is something that you have to look inward for and look deep into to see if that is the reason why you are seeking this validation. You have to know your why. What is it that is making you seek validation from men? What is it that is making you seek validation in your friendships, from other females, from other people? What is the why? So in this video, we are going to be talking about how you can finally start validating yourself. After this video, we are not going to be like, but I still want him to like me. First, we need to establish why you want validation in the first place. Seeking validation is very common, but it can look very different in different people because there's different types of validation. It could be male romantic validation, it could be social media validation, community validation, it could be validation from your family, it could be emotional validation. And in each of these things, there's a root cause, and you have to find your why. Why do you want this validation so bad? Now, I want to address that if you think that you getting this validation from this person in one time will just solve all of your problems. Like, if I just have this validation from this guy, all of my problems will go away. You see, when you get validation hits, it's literally a quick dopamine hit, and then the problem will keep coming back. So if you think that getting validation, it was just going to solve your insecurity, is the driving force to your insecurity, and you will stay insecure until we figure out what it is that's causing you to want this validation from this person, from this group of people, from this friend group, from this professor, from anyone, so badly. Validation starts and ends within yourself. When you have no foundation, you are constantly seeking this validation. It causes you to have a shaky self-worth. It causes you to have no foundation of who you are, because it really shows that you really have no idea who you are. And so when a random stranger makes a comment about your shirt, if somebody you don't know says something about your makeup, oh, now it's such an issue. You look down, you put your head down, you don't want anyone to see you, and that ruins your entire day. Like, those are things that shouldn't matter. But because you don't have a foundation in who you are, what's important to you, your morals, like, those things are just going to keep bothering you. It's going to keep coming up. So what we want to do is take your perception of your public and your private self and finally merge them. People that have a validation seeking personality, they will have a persona that they put on in public to get validation from other people. That might be you dressing a certain way in order to impress other people, to get compliments, to get attention. And then in private, you could be dressing like a bum because you really don't care, but you are embarrassed to go out, and unless you go to the fullest and dress up all of the time just because you want validation, you want everyone to perceive you a certain way. What we want to do to stop your need for validation is really just merge the two identities. And it's not just about social media presence. It's not just about like when you walk in public. It's about any way you want other people to perceive you. Become the person you want to be, not who you think people want you to be. We want you to stop acting in a way where you are not in alignment with your real self. We want you to practice being authentic, being who you are, being comfortable speaking around people because you don't need their validation. If you have something that you want to say to someone, express that. You don't need validation, you don't need permission, you don't need to put on a front, you don't need to act like you are someone that you're not. The people that really will be the rock solid friends, family, and the love of your life will love you no matter what. If you are yourself, you will attract people that are meant for you. You can never attract someone who is meant to stay and be in your life if you are acting like someone else. I want you to think about that. You can never attract what is meant for you by acting like someone else. You need to be thinking in your head, do you approve of them?
You can go now.
Do I approve of this person in my life? Is this person good for me? Is this person beneficial for me? Is this person helping me grow? Not. I wonder what I can do to get them to like me more and support me more, because that is a repellent. Because people can see when you don't like yourself. People can see when you don't have the self-respect to validate your own feelings, to validate who you are, to validate what you want. If you can't validate yourself, don't think that someone else is going to validate you, because that's not going to happen. You have to constantly tell yourself every day that you are the shit. Like, you are that girl. You are who you want to be. And you're working towards who you want to be. It has to be a conscious effort every day. This is the perfect time to bring in male validation. Usually people that crave male validation so bad are usually really just wanting that self-love. They are craving self-love so bad, but that's hard. So we're going to go and get a text message from a guy that says that we're pretty, because that's easy and that's quick, and that will give us a quick dopamine hit. That's what we want. But I want you to ask yourself, how long are you going to go through with that and keep getting hurt by the same types of men who can never validate you or give you what you need, because you're not giving yourself what you need, honey? It's a never-ending path of trying to fill a hole within yourself that can only be filled by you caring deeply enough about yourself. Deep down, you really just want to be cared about. You just really want to be loved. And that's it. You need to take men off of this pedestal, because there's no man that should have that much power over you, that you have them on such a high pedestal that everything that they say matters to you, and the slightest comment about like your skin, hair, or makeup will ruin your day and your week and your year, and there's something wrong with you, and that, you know, everything is wrong. Like, no. You have to work on yourself. You have to do the inner work and inner healing. Do not think that male validation and someone else getting all of this attention from guys makes you less beautiful, makes you less of a woman, because your validation and your value as a woman should not be determined if men find you attractive.
You know what I'm saying?
Your value and worth as a woman is so much more than the attention and the attraction that you have and get from other men. It is 2023, and we are well aware now that men's taste is very questionable, and they have been stereotyping women for years. So why does it matter to you what men think all of the time? Next, you need to know your attachment style, because likely if you are seeking male validation, you have a attachment issue. And to find this out, you might be either anxious attachment, avoidant attachment. You can take a free test online, and that will help you work back from those attachments, so that way you can detach and be that bitch. And I'm speaking from experience. I used to be an anxious attachment style, where I would do above and beyond just to make sure that the person I was with would stay with me, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work. In order to attract somebody that can match your energy and really get you and really love you, you have to be yourself. You have to figure out your trauma. You have to work through your trauma. You have to work through your issues, because no one else is going to fix them for you. Next, you need to put in your head that you need to take a male detox. And yes, I'm serious. Detox from the male species. Thank you. And I say this because when you go a couple months with, and you tell yourself that you are not going to date, you are not going to look for a boyfriend everywhere and try to get love like everywhere you go. Like, hello? When you promise yourself that and you give yourself time to actually work on yourself, then you will almost instantly attract what you deserve afterwards, because you give yourself that time to validate what is in here, not looking for validation on what's out there. And what I mean by this is no talking stages, no hooking up, no dating, no summer flings, none of that. Like, what is a talking stage? Hello? It's complicated. Hello? No, none of that. Completely drop it. You need to also stop people pleasing. It is a dangerous and vicious cycle that will only keep you at the mercy of other people. You will constantly be doing things that you are uncomfortable with. You will constantly be hurting yourself by people pleasing. These people do not care what you are doing for them. They don't care that you are trying to help them. They like that you are helping them, and that is it. If you don't know if you're a people pleaser, look at how much you are giving to other people, and if they're not giving the same back, or they, like, let's say that you give 100% to somebody that gives you 5%. Like, honey, what? Hello? Why are you gonna go out of your way to buy somebody a present when they don't even say hello to you? Like, when you see them, they're just like, oh, hey. Like, people aren't even giving you the time of day. Why are you going above and beyond just to get them to like you? Why? Why? You have to stop. Do those things for yourself. Go buy flowers for yourself. Go buy chocolate for yourself. Go for a walk by yourself. Like, do things for yourself. Don't do it for other people and expect them to validate you and praise you, because 99% of the time it does not happen. It does not happen. It's not going to happen, no matter how much you give, no matter how much you pour your heart out to somebody. If you are expecting that they are going to validate your feelings and your worth just because you are overly giving to them and overly doing above and beyond for them, you're wrong. And it's not going to get any better. So you have to stop people pleasing. And don't push yourself down. Don't quiet your voice. Don't dress a certain way just to please other people or make them feel more comfortable around you. Because when you are yourself, you are comfortable with yourself, and you can validate yourself, what you choose to wear, how you choose to act, the way that you laugh, it's not an issue. It's not a problem. You don't have to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's box. By doing that, you are consistently losing yourself. By looking for validation from other people and constantly doing things to please them in order to get validation, you are subconsciously telling your brain that your choices are not the right ones, and you are telling yourself that you are not worth it. So you constantly will continue to need the validation from other people, and that diminishes all of your self-worth. This is a very, very important part of overcoming this validation issue once and for all. You need to learn how to stop giving an F, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. If I walked around and I cared about what everyone said about me all of the time, it's impossible. You need to understand that when people don't like you, it is temporary, and it doesn't matter. Because if you cared so much about what every single person thought about you, you would be running a monkey circus trying to please every single person, because it is quite literally impossible to make every single person on this earth happy with your decisions, because someone will always have a problem with you, and you have to accept it. It's normal. Rejection is normal. It happens to every single person on the planet. You need to come to terms with that. You need to know that not getting what you want is normal. You need to know that someone thinking that you are ugly is normal. You cannot be 1000% beautiful to everyone. I know that there are people that think that I am ugly, and I'm okay with that. That is fine. They are not me. What is important is how I view myself and what I think about myself, and how you view yourself, and how you perceive yourself, how you want to do your makeup, how you want to dress. Because at the end of the day, that is going to get you so much farther in life than you thinking that by you trying to please everyone else, that is going to make you ahead of the game, or it's going to give you this upper hand in your friend groups, or it's going to give you the friends that you want and need. Like, no. You have to heal yourself before you can get anything that you want. I'm not going to sit here and say that nobody judges, nobody cares. Like, I'm not going to be that person, because there's always going to be people that are going to judge and talk behind your back. They're going to point, they're going to laugh, they're going to say things all of the time. And speaking from firsthand experience, I know people will ruthlessly talk about you like there's no tomorrow, and seeing you fail will make them feel better about their miserable lives. So until you can overcome that, you are going to be stuck in the same place, wondering why you can't overcome this obstacle. Because once you stop caring, it's not an obstacle anymore. You don't care anymore. So those people that are rejecting you and they are talking about you, okay, thank you for not being in my life. I don't like you anyway. I don't need you in my life anyway. Why would you want to be friends with people that do judge you? Why would you want to be around people who are so critical of others because they hate themselves so much and they hate their pathetic lives that they have nothing better to do but to judge you? Why would you want someone in your life like that?
You can't sit with us!
I'm sure glad that I did not settle for people like that, because that can completely destroy your self-worth. Another way for you to stop giving an F is focus on your life. Focus on improving yourself. Prove those haters wrong. Prove everyone wrong that never believed in you. Stop caring. Like, if you care what everyone thinks, you will never progress in life. You can never get anywhere, because you'll be stuck worrying about what everyone thinks about you. And this will keep you from being able to validate yourself. If you are working on your dream life and taking steps towards becoming that bitch and becoming the person that you want to be, girl, you're making it. You are doing it. So keep doing it. You are going to need to do a self-worth journey. And what I mean by this is you're going to have to dig deep into yourself and really, really look into your favorite parts of yourself and amplify them times a billion. You need to start working on the best parts of who you are and really making it and amplifying those things so much that you are so proud of who you become and how much you have grown. If you are trying to grow every single day and you are trying to be 1% better than the person you were yesterday, a year from now, you are going to see how far that you have grown, and you are going to be so proud of yourself. And you will eventually be able to stop needing validation from other people. On top of that, I want you to write out all of the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, every single one. And I want you to write why they are false, why they aren't real, why it's not true. Let's say we have two people that don't believe in themselves and need validation from other people, but one person wants to change. The one that works on themselves consistently over and over again every day trying to get better will eventually attract the life that they want and have all of the things that they want and need because they have worked on themselves so hard and have tried to validate themselves so hard and stopped looking for outer validation that their life is amazing now. And the person that stays in that same place and still looks for validation and does nothing to change it and works on nothing whatsoever, does no inner work, no inner healing, takes no steps towards becoming the person that they want to be and becoming proud of themselves, that they're just stuck in the same place and they feel miserable and they feel stuck. So, who do you want to be in this situation? You need to look at who you used to be years ago, and you need to realize that you have come far. You have come very far. You are not the same person you were when you were 7 years old. You are not the same person you were when you were 15, 16, 17, 18. You need to acknowledge that you are different and you have grown. Because whether you are if you are not in the place where you want to be, you have still grown in some way or another. So now you need to mark where you are right now and where you want to be from a year from now, where you want to be 2 years from now, where you want to be 5 years from now. So that way you can start working towards that person you want to be. And so that way when you look back, you can say, wow, I did that. I did that. And that way, no one else needs to validate you. At that point, you have validated yourself completely. This last part is achieving true self-validation. I want you to know that you are the only person that knows yourself inside and out. Your parents don't know you as well as you know you. Your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your best friend, none of them know you as well as you know you. You need to take that to your advantage. And you need to realize that because no one else knows you the way that you know you, why the frick does anything else that anyone says about you matter? Because it's wrong. Any perception that someone else has about you is not even based on true fact. It is based on their perception, and the way someone perceives something is completely different from how you perceive anything because they had different upbringings. Everyone is raised in a different household. Everyone has different beliefs. Everyone is raised differently. So you have to understand that because someone has a different opinion, it's not the true opinion. It's not 100% real. It's not real. It's just their perception. And that's just one person's perception. Even if it's just 200 people's perception. There are billions of people on this planet, and if 1% of the planet thinks that you are attractive, that is a lot of people. Regardless, it doesn't matter, because the only person's opinion that matters is yours, because the opinion you have about yourself is the true one. Whether you have a bad opinion about yourself or not, your opinion is the true opinion, because only you know yourself. So if you call yourself ugly, then you're ugly. Because the way that you perceive yourself, that energy will be perceived by other people. So other people will overlook you that way. If you've ever seen the movie I Feel Pretty, it is one of the best movies you can watch to see how self-validating is so powerful. Because that woman's life transformed so heavy when she started believing in herself and validating herself and stopped looking for validation from other people. It completely changes your life, but you have to take these steps to realize that you are the only person that can validate yourself. Looking for validation in men, friend groups, women, anyone, it's not worth it, and it's not true. The only validation that matters at the end of the day is yours. I really hope that this video has helped you, and I'm so happy that I was able to share this with you. I make videos all the time, and I will see you guys in the next one.